camera on, so I can't even see you here.
Oh, sorry. I think we're live, I think. Can anybody confirm we're live? Yeah, definitely lower your expectations this week because they're having problems with the internet. Let me just turn my camera on.
You didn't have any internet problems until now.
It literally just started playing up, just about to go live.
Lee, I still can't see you, mate. You ain't got your camera on my end.
Turn on camera. It's live.
Right.
We are live. We're definitely live. Yeah, but we've been talking to each other without anybody realising that other people are watching. There we go. Yeah. We're live.
Sorry, guys, about that. We've had, there's just...
internet just suddenly played up.
The run-of-the-mill issues, I'm afraid, again, guys. But we'll just edit out what's just happened, and we're just going to start right here from scratch, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 3. Episode 4 of the Snowflake Show. Cross fingers, no internet issues, guys. I am your co-host, Reganelite, alongside...
I'm Lee Khan.
Or Lee Khan, whichever you prefer, guys, in the chat. And over the next hour, guys, we're going to give you the latest news, views, and some funny and good news stories to boot. Lee, are you all right on your end now?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the internet connection to see if there's that. But you're saying the stream's healthy. There's no doesn't show any issues with it, so
okay,
we'll carry on.
Okay, did you want to say hello to the chat, or do you want me to do it?
I can do it if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, you normally do the helloing, don't you?
Okay.
Who have we got in the chat today?
So we got 91 Leeds is here. Chatty Rat's here. Duke Vengeance. Blizzard Knights of the Realm arise. Ginger's here. Ginger's Context. Here. Tom Nelson. Ahoy from South Tyrol. I've been to Tyrol. I can't remember whether it's south or north, but it's a Tyrol. So Larry the Cat's here. Goodly evenings, everybody's.
People in the chat are saying Kendra's here, Context is here, good to see you, buddy. So Larry the Cat, Techno. Hey Ben, good to see you, buddy. Daily Blase, hope you're well. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Casper there. Hi, Casper. Yes, I know Circle of Death, guys. Lee's having a look into it now. Who is there anyone we've not said hello to? Ginger, it's good to see you. You can see us accumulate your wrath as Duke. Okay, I'll try to, as always. I can see in here both of you, says Casper. All hail the orb. I'll try and put the orb into view if you guys can see it. There's the orb in all its glory. Hopefully you guys can see it and it's not buffering away. There. There's a hat left. I left my hat on top of it. There. Patriot Jacks, good to see you there, buddy. Hope you're well. Let's hope the buffering internet. How are we looking internet-wise, Lee? Are we okay now?
Well, it's saying 585, which is I'm on gigabit internet, but it's only about 128 up. But yeah, it should be. It did dip for some reason, I don't know. But let's see how it goes. It's saying stream is healthy now. So Tom Nelson says Tyrol is Austria, South Tyrol is Italy, but don't tell them that. Okay, well, I went to Tyrol in Austria. Is where I went. So he said David Barzays, yeah, Darren. Yeah, I think we covered over Casper Norden there. Hey, Genie Boss.
Yeah, we'll try cross fingers we won't let's hopefully we won't have any. Hopefully the internet will stay steady, guys. Yeah, it was not the most opening and positive opening because of the internet, because I wasn't sure if we were live and we had buffering and all that, but it's fine. We're here. We're going to crack on with it. It's been it's dropped again.
It dropped. Yeah, your voice was like cutting out. Just trying to see if there's anything I can do to. It is weird. It just started happening just as we were about to go live. Right. It says stream is healthy. But it just seems to go off all of a sudden, so yeah. Right, okay.
Do we just try and go straight into the
news? I was just gonna say, just before we start, is Alice number 3 says, all hail the railway viaduct. Jeez, this thing here behind me. And Ken just says orb for PM. So more power to the orb.
What, that one? Yeah, I haven't heard. I didn't hear you for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, your voice just cutting out. Rub the orb, says number 3. It's weird because the internet looks fine at my end, but it's just let me.
I've had my internet appears fine, normally fine there.
It must be this end because it's disconnecting while it's doing it, which is a bit odd. Just let me see.
This looks like it's not going to be a smooth show, guys. If at all.
Look.
We can't do a show if this is going to keep cutting out like this.
What's taking up having the sec? Oh, it's very high. Discord. Performance.
Yeah, really sorry about this, guys. About these, about it. It's because it's. I'm not sure what I can't really do much on it, guys. From my end, I'm afraid. Hello, Pedulous. Good to see you there, buddy. Kendra, I hope you're well. Bonjour, all shorts. I hope you're well.
Hi, Marcus. We're having some real problems here.
Yeah, we're having some real
it's
problems
really
today,
weird. It's as though it just suddenly cuts out and then comes back on for no apparent reason. So I'm not really sure what's causing that. Duct tape fixes everything. Yeah, I wish it would. I can't really duct tape my Wi-Fi.
Squire, fetched the hammer. Got some electronic fixing to do, says Duke.
Right, should we just crack on? Let's see how we get on.
Yeah, let's go straight into the news, guys. We'll just try and run through it as much as we can, guys.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, so let's on with the news.
Right.
So the first story we've got for you guys is from BBC, and it's about a man who bought a private jet with borrowed council money. This is I haven't actually read this, so I'm not looking forward to this. More taxpayer money being wasted, I'm assuming, is what this is about.
Yeah. Do you want me to read this one?
I can read it. It's fine.
Okay.
Just shout if you stop hearing me or something.
Yeah. Well, if I stop hearing you, I can't because you can't hear me.
Okay then.
Yeah.
A businessman has cheated a council out of tens of millions of pounds and went on a spending spree with the cash. An investigation has discovered. Leaked documents reveal how Liam Kavanagh used Thurrock Council money to buy luxury goods, including a yacht and a private jet. The council has been made effectively bankrupt after investing £655 million in Mr. Kavanagh's solar farm business. Mr. Kavanagh's lawyers said all the payments were permissible. They said they were approached by his company's finance team and auditor. Thurrock is one of a number of councils that have gotten into financial difficulties since the coalition gave local authorities more freedom to raise funds and invest in 2011. Woking, Slough and Croydon have all been forced to stop all non-essential spending after losing public money on risky investments. The Audit Commission, a spending watchdog, has stopped councils taking too many risks, was abolished in 2015. The Conservative-led Thurrock Council started investigating cash in Mr. Kavanagh's business Rockfire the following year. The idea that the council would get regular interest payments from the profits and its cash would be safe because it was secured against the value of the solar farms. But the interest payments stopped after Mr. Kavanagh wound up his companies, and the estimated value of the solar farms is less than the council thought. Administrators are now selling the solar farms, and Thurrock is facing a £200 million shortfall on its investment. The council has been forced to cut services and put up council tax. Vicky Jarman, that runs a dance group for people with learning difficulties in the area in the past 14 years, but a $7,000 grant has been cut and the group is under threat. It's just an ongoing battle, she says. How can you just take something from people that thrive in that situation, that are safe and comfortable? How can you just do that? The investigation by BBC Panorama and the Bureau of Investigation Journalism revealed how the value of Liam Kavanagh's solar farms was inflated to persuade the council to invest more cash. Rockfire had one of its solar farm portfolios reviewed in 2018. The company gained value as a power price of £61.45 per megawatt hour, but the average power price for the portfolio at the time was £46.92 per megawatt. In 2020, Mr. Kavanaugh was told by staff that the average power price was predicted to be £41.70 per megawatt, but he insisted the valuer should be given an inflated price of £62 per megawatt, which they seem to accept.
God.
This guy basically duped the council into saying, "You invest in me, I'm gonna bring money to your, I'm gonna bring this solar investment to your area," and he's basically stolen the money and ran off with it essentially. What a cold-hearted man.
Yeah, Gavin Cunningham, the former investigator with a serious fraud office, told Panorama that supplying inaccurate energy prices was potentially fraudulent. The effect of that will be you end up with a far greater valuation of the overall portfolio of solar farms than is actually the case, and anyone relying on that information is going to be misled by it. Yeah. So this was there's a picture there of his private jet that he bought with the money. And there he is, looking very smug.
But is it just a case of the council being duped, or the council not doing their job properly, thoroughly, and checking this person as well?
You have to think it would probably be a bit of both. They probably, I mean, he's like kind of like a Ponzi scheme, really, isn't it? They're probably thinking, "Oh, we're going to get our money back." It's just a case of maybe not right now, and we'll make plenty of profit on it. And it's just, yeah. So they've already invested £500 million in his business by 2018. The inflated valuation convinced the council to invest a further £130 million. Money never reached the solar farms. He spent the money on himself, as I said. £12 million went to a company that bought Liam Kavanagh's private jet. £2 million for his Bugatti Chiron car, and £16 million for his yacht, Eureka. Wow. Further £40 million disappears in a bank account labelled other. Bloody hell, if you get an other account with 40 million.
Oh, what a surprise. He's no longer living in the UK, guys.
Yeah. A new family investment office and create wealth for years to come. This has always been my plan. No longer living in the UK.
The lawyers say the transactions were all legal and he was entitled to spend the council money on whatever he wanted.
Well,
obviously, I do think the council here really did like fall into a trap here. And they just were not.
Yeah. Allshot says Michelle moaned it. Yes. Duke says chokes on tea. Excuse me. Yeah. Kendra says definitely Discord night. Yeah. Jail time. I hope they get along with a long time. If they can get hold of him.
Kendra says he looks a little like Ryan Giggs in that shot.
Do you think? I think he's going for the. I think he's going for the
more Andrew Tate. I think more than anything.
Do you reckon? I think he looks a bit George Michael, but that's just me. Going for the George Michael look, I think.
Yeah. Jal says I've got to get myself a UK government contract.
Yeah, that seems like
we might as well laugh about it because that's all we can do.
Yeah, it's funny because I had to do a test today, a COVID test, which I haven't done since the pandemic. And just looking at these things, test and trace, you think about how much money was wasted on stuff like, I mean, they probably paid way over the odds for this type of stuff, the government. All the different things that they bought, the gazebos for the test and trace that are rented back at like ridiculous percentage more than they actually cost to buy brand new. Just so much waste. Yeah, government contracts.
And when this government is out of power, guys, we're going to find out there's a hell of a lot more money lost than we know. That's the worst part.
Genie Bottle says, jet, I can almost see their funny taxpayers' faces that time you told them you're going to be repaying debt soon. Yeah. Julian says, does he not have a journal or something for it? Well, it's like petty cash maybe to him. Just a petty cash.
Man, he's got so much money. Just stick it in there. I don't know what to do with it.
Right, Regan looks a little like Ryan Giggs in that shot. Regan looks like Ryan Giggs.
I look like Ryan Giggs. Oh, it must be the shirt.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's the shirt. I don't know.
It's like,
Because it's very colourful. Maybe that's it.
Ginger says, has the council ever heard of diversification? Yeah, just plow all your money into one dodgy scheme and hope it makes loads of money. Jonathan Sales says, use a jet to abscond, I guess. Greedy Tory council, what do we expect? Yes, does seem to be a lot of Tory councils that are going bust. Northamptonshire was another one as well, wasn't it?
We did have was it the Croydon one as well, but it was originally Conservative, and then Labour took over, and they found out there was no money or something.
Probably, yeah.
I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat on that.
I mean, James Cleverly, when he was doing that when he was campaigning for the local elections, he said, and he was with that guy that he couldn't remember his name, what his constituency was or anything. He was asking him on the fly as he was walking along with him, and he said, vote Conservative, because with Conservatives, like Conservative council, you get lower taxes and better services. And it's like, exactly how does that work? If you reduce the money coming in to spend on services, how are your services going to improve? It's just nonsense, absolute nonsense. Due diligence says all shorts. Yes, Marcus. Ben Shaw says that ain't good. Kendra.
Pedro says the development of a German app cost 22 million, which I thought was a lot, but 37 billion. Are English engineers 1,500 times dumber, or is the English government or the UK government 1,500 times more corrupt?
Corrupt.
I would say more corrupt than dumber. Yeah. I think they know exactly what they're doing with taxpayer money.
A hell of a lot of that money went to consultants, being paid thousands of pounds a day, just to kind of, and you had thousands of people who are sitting there waiting for calls, just not doing anything, being paid for it. There's just so much waste in that whole thing. Well, they've labelled it NHS to make it look as though it was all being spent on the NHS as well, didn't they? So Kendra said Benshaw, isn't it? Because Benshaw said that ain't good, Kendra Thompson. I think is that about you looking like Ryan Giggs? And then Kendra says, I better take it back then.
Well, I don't know. I haven't got any Welsh blood in me, so I've got a little bit of Welsh blood, but not as much as he is. But I'm not sure where the resemblance coming from. But I'm sure someone's going to put a picture of me and Ryan Giggs next to each other and try to make comparisons. But yes, you're more than welcome to try and do that and put it on Discord, guys.
It must be your flowing curly hair.
This curly hair.
Big demand
Smugglers, that is a job with the future of the UK, says Jow.
Number 3 says there's a big demand for import-export agents. I see Wade World Trade if you're interested.
Daily Blase says, I personally thought he was going for the Ryan look. Oh dear.
Duke says in accounting you don't normally put something down as other. Yeah, true. Ben says he prefers this guy to Ryan Giggs. Okay.
Oh, that's good to know.
Alistair says, Lee, it was a money pit that kept growing. Yeah. It's one of these things, they'll just put more money into it, it'll make more money back.
Yeah, well, we're going to be looking at another story, hasn't there, where technically taxpayer money gone down the drain as well, haven't we?
Yeah, Jeannie Bottle says, leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. I can't remember how that song goes, but I remember that was it. Yeah, I don't know when he's going to be back again to go in jail. Jet boy, jet girl, going to take you around the world, says Larry the Cat.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. Anything else on there? What would you do if you had £1,000 per month UBI? Yeah. In context says it wasn't the engineers that saw that money, as the software engineers for test and trace. No, it was the consultants and the management firm.
You want to know what I do with UBI? You can check out my UBI stream I did about a month ago. If you want to know about UBI and all of its glory on my channel.
Ben Shaw says Ryan Giggs is mixed race. His dad is Jamaican, I believe. He is. That's true. Yeah. Anyway, right. Should we move on to the next one then?
Yeah, so this one, guys, next article was exclusive from the Independent. Some of you guys may have know about the Bibby Stockholm barge, but they apparently the Home Office is not telling the asylum seekers that they are being moved to a barge. Apparently, so where are you taking us? We're not taking you to a floating ship. That's one thing we can promise.
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers, yep, or a swanky hotel Not a boat. We're not taking you in a boat, apparently.
Oh, you could say it's a cruise ship. You're going on a cruise.
Oh, it could be cruise line.
So
yeah. So,
Oh, sorry, it's got a video on that. I didn't realise.
So asylum seekers are being selected to transfer to the Bibby Stockholm asylum barge and are being told it's not a ship.
Sorry, I can't get rid of it. Hang on. There we go.
Lawyers are reviewing the one-page notices which have been sent out since Friday and give receipts, no dates for their move, no justification, and it means no means of challenge. Each one begins Dear Resident and contains a hand Scrooge hotel room, numbers rather than people's names, causing confusion and suspicion that they are fake or have been misdirected. The Home Office still planning to move asylum seekers onto the Bibby Stockholm this week in spite of concerns about fire safety following delays and legal challenges to its accommodating plan for disused military bases. There are concerns that being housed on the barge will traumatise people who have survived dangerous boat journey to the UK, and although the Home Office claims sustainable screening would take place, the criteria being used are unclear. The letter doesn't say it's a boat, says one charity worker who did not want to be named. It doesn't give a date either. There's no name or no reference number. They're just picking people up from different places. The man who is helping confuse asylum seekers receive their notices says cursory communications are common with the Home Office. This happens all the time. They can just come to you and say, pack, he added, and if you say no, they can evict you. A copy of the letter seen by the Independent used the words abroad when discussing the facilities available on the Bibby Stockholm, but refugees advocates said the word is not commonly understood by non-English speakers. You are currently being provided with the asylum support under the Immigration and Asylum Act. It said your accommodation is changing and you'll be moved to the Bibby Stockholm, Portland. You are not being detained under immigration powers. This is not a detention accommodation. You are free to leave the site, but we would request that you sign in and out of the site when you leave and return so we can assure your safety. The letter says there will be an access to an on-site nurse, recreational space, English classes, unspecified volume sector activities, and entertainment areas, as well as a worship room and a private space for legal consultations and phone calls. It directs people to general guidance on the asylum process, but does not give any other information or clearly states that the Bibby Stockholm is a barge. So it's apparently they're getting all told all this stuff, but this has not been told that it's a boat.
Yeah.
Apparently, but
wasn't the thing last week that I don't know if we talked about on here about the fire safety on the concerns about the safety of the boat.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I think Mac covered some of it yesterday on his live stream. But yeah, there is generally fire safety concerns. I think
how you get people off it.
Area.
I think how you get all those people off it in an emergency, in a fire, that'd be quite Sorry, Gunn, you were saying about the MP.
Yeah, I think the MP for the area, Conservative MP, was kind of trying to push this rhetoric that's like we need to basically they need to see. Basically, he obviously doesn't want it there because it's not good for him and his constituents. Because obviously he cares more about his role rather than the constituents. But he's just painting that picture. But he's kind of just like he wants to delay the moving in as much as he possibly can, pretty much. So on that.
I didn't get Vertigo says what a live stream. I didn't get a notification. Oh, sorry about that. It's only half alive. Yeah, there's number 3. Yes, we had a very flaky start to this. Very snowflakey start. I'd say technical problems, just a normal thing.
Hello, I'm the Angry Pagan. Good to see you there.
Angry Pagan. Xiao's here as well.
Verti as well. Good to see you there. I didn't say hello earlier. All pictures of Mickey Mouse are strictly prohibited, says Larry the Cat. Don't remind me of that. That was just ridiculous. That was.
That Kerno Damo, I don't know who that is, reckons the barge is now useless because it won't be safe. Larry the Cat says you're off to a Haven holiday park. Yeah.
Bibby Stockholm should be renamed Brig Stockholm, says Chatty Rat. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, I won't read that one from Joe. It's floating hotel, a lovely gift for Portland. They need more hotels. Straight away. Okay. Benja's government paid €800,000 for its COVID app, which was developed by an Irish company. Scotland, Northern Ireland paid $1 million each for the same app. Yeah, and we paid $37 billion for the whole setup on ours. Free to leave the site. You can bet that local opponents will be around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put them back on.
What is that, Kendra? I can't see Ryan Clark Regan hasn't got enough teeth.
I think right. I think they're still going on
Just
about
be careful
Ryland.
be careful what you're saying there, Kendra. Choose your voice very carefully.
I think Daily Blaze's jumped in and mentioned Ryland. Yeah, I think they're talking about your teeth.
Yeah, they're clearly they clearly love the shirt. That's what they're more fascinated by, the shirt than anything. That's clearly the colours have got to them.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Zhao says,
it's like the Nazis giving flowers to the Jews as they got off the train, says number 3.
Oh. Zhao says, yes, the number of firemen say the boat needs security measures. Basically, is not safe for use. Well, surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Genie says it's definitely not a prison. It's a cruise ship hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different kind of cruise ship hotel, guys. It's actually a very luxury cruise ship hotels with plenty of means of escape until they pick you up
until there's
on your way out.
Or there's a fire. Genie says it is definitely not a prison. It's a I said that. Sorry. Slider Cat says a slavery profiteer Drax gets a NIMBY complex. Tom Nelson says, "Nimp, not in my port." Yeah.
I'm sure the locals don't. I don't want that here as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
Floating white elephant, courtesy of Dobby Goverman, says Sir Larry the Cat. Very nice.
Tories ban any joy, says Genie.
All short says Grenfell. Oh, let's not have a repeat.
Yeah,
of
well, you look at it and it's like basically.
Let's not have a repeat of Grenfell.
When you look at it, it looks like a floating like fire hazard, doesn't it? When you look at pictures of the thing. Yeah. Zhao says, would it not be easy to build some prefabricated houses in the field and install people in solid ground and cheaper? Well, they're trying to put them into tents, aren't they, on military bases? That's another one.
They bought a bunch of tents, didn't they, recently, the government? And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
A story where something to do with they couldn't put them in the barge straight away, or there was, I don't know, like I can't remember which article it was, but yeah, they were saying they were buying, like they bought a ton of tents, for immigrants. And I was just like, what was the point of the barge then?
Well, I think it's. I mean, bear in mind that you're only going to get what 250, is it, or 500?
We got 2 of them, haven't we?
I think the other one hasn't arrived yet, has it? But yeah, but that's when you look at the number of asylum seekers that are coming over. That's like a drop in the ocean. It's all symbolism, isn't it? At the end of the day,
yeah.
I mean, how much is that costing? That just purely to put them up there. And it's just one of the reasons he's want to get them out of hotels because of all the aggro that people who are kicking up, the stinks that are kicking up, being kicked up about putting them up in hotels. Chat says a site with prefabs will require sewage, electricity, potable water, wastewater, plus roads and fire hydrants. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's like a pre-made thing that you can just drop in. There you go. Everything's all there. Just hook it up to the electricity grid and you're fine. Yeah, it's not really designed to house asylum seekers.
No, it just doesn't have all the fire in it, the health and safety standards that are required. Really, that's for sure, guys.
They could do it. They could do whatever. There's lots of things they could do, but they've just chosen to go down this route because it makes it look like they're not treating them very well, which plays to the right wing base, right wing racist xenophobic base. So, yeah, excuse me, I've got a coughing fit.
Yeah. Hello, both made it this week. Good to see you. We've had some technical problems, so we've run a bit over late anyway. So we've had some internet issues. So
okay, maybe
hire people to process the claims. Yeah, Tom, I've been saying that a few times on my channel, haven't I?
What's that
about? Like they don't have enough civil. They they should hire. They need to get some more people to.
To process the asylum requests. Yeah, applications.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah, definitely need to do that.
Right.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. On this one.
Yeah, I don't think we won't read too well. It's mainly going back to kind of taxpayer money being wasted. Technically, it's not taxpayer money being wasted, but but it is taxpayer money being wasted because it's being wasted on the British National Party. You remember that party, guys? This party's it's not dead and buried.
I
Believe
thought
it
it
or
was
not.
dead.
If
Didn't
it
it?
wasn't
Didn't
for
it?
COVID, they probably would have been.
At one point, though, didn't they forget to? They forgot to reapply for the party to be registered as a political party. They forgot they had to do something and reply, and they forgot. I think they just ended up they couldn't fight an election. Shows how stupid they are.
Yeah, so this one, Byline Times, guys. Tens of thousands in taxpayer money claimed by the far-right BNP staff during the pandemic. The British National Party, currently 205,000 in the red, relied on the government's furlough scheme. The far-right British National Party claimed more than 60,000 from the government's job retention scheme during the pandemic, Byline Times can reveal. The 64,233 income for furlough, which covers staff wages, are no longer required to work for those no longer required to work, was revealed during the analysis of the party's 2020 to 2022 accounts. The taxpayer support for the party over 3 years nearly tripled the BNP's total spend on staffing last year, suggesting it was a huge source of income for the far-right group. The party is currently 205,000 in the red, which suggests the taxpayers may have prevented it from going under during the pandemic. So yeah, we saved the BNP in a technical sort of thing. It maintains that it has enough money to survive and won't go bust. However, this seems to rely on donations from older activists leaving the party cash in their wills. The latest account states we have ran on negative balance sheets, but we have been able to make sufficient funds to operate, have maintained backing of our members, and have prospects of significant legacy income in the foreseeable future.
Basically, the members that dropping dead. The old Gamini racists dropping dead.
I don't know why they're still going.
In one way, that's a good thing. In another way, it's a bad thing. That means more money for them. But yeah. So
our money.
Well, no. If people leaving them in the wills, then that's their own money that they're leaving to the BNP. So that's up to them. But it's one less racist on the planet. So
yeah, there's the website is obviously still there. Don't scroll down and show that. We don't need them to see that. We don't want to promote that. The British National Party did not respond to requests for comments from Byline Times. I wonder why. Did they not want to get back in the news? Clearly not. I'm just reading here. Groups like I don't need to show this, but groups like Patriotic Alternative continue to alienate over the issue of refugees and race, including holding White Lives Matters events. It does not report its income, but the Monastery Street-based group registered 2 employees in its latest company holding the count. So yeah, we're talking serious, really, really extreme right wing.
Oh yeah, this is like National Front level.
Yeah, this is like
not talking
KKK
Brexit Party. This is
kind
like
of level
extreme.
guys. Yeah. They have supported Holocaust denial, political violence, and white genocide conspiracy theory. This is the Patriotic Alternative, apparently.
Patriotic Alternative. Yeah, that's another
alternative group.
Yeah,
behind that.
Banned.
Not the actual party, but obviously they're linked to the BNP. But yeah. So yeah, guys, our money has had kept the BNP alive. So how do you guys feel about that? Let us know in the comments below, because I quite frankly hate that. So
Larry the Cat says they were too busy lacing up their jackboots. Joe says, "Don't worry, that is one of the news about the UK now: racism and empty shelves." Yeah, Roy Sheen's here. Hi, Roy Sheen. Hi, all.
Good to see you there.
Darren's here. Darren the Star. Now there's Reclaim and Reform parties. Not much of a need for the BNP in the political landscape. Yeah, even UKIP's going. Disappeared now, pretty much. I don't think it's got any elected officials anywhere. Tom says now the same needs to happen to UKIP as Nigel Farage Reform Party. Yeah, I mean, if we get proportional representation, some of these will get seats somewhere. But
at the same time as well, sensible people will. But at the same time, sensible people will be in power as well, not just extreme nutters. So there is a yin to the yang when it comes to the proportional representation.
Chatty Rats just mentioned something. I was reading about this earlier. Irish National Party, which is like the Irish equivalent of the BNP, had all its €400,000 reserves in gold. It doesn't like fiat currency. Someone helped themselves to the gold. The gold's been found, but its source is now being investigated. Yeah, so they basically in from a basement there was like a load of gold bars or something. A gold bullion was stolen, went missing. They got the police involved, and now the police are like, well, where did you get all this money from? So, because they've got apparently like the party is so tiny, it's like the meetings are like just a few dozen people turn up. Yeah, yeah. They apparently reckon they were collecting all this money or storing it away in case thinking that currency would completely collapse and they'd have loads of gold, so they'd be all right. Yeah, there you go.
Work out for them, did it?
No, not at the moment. It's not. It isn't. Yeah, definitely not.
Good night, Verti. Can't
is
stay up.
Verti going?
Fine,
Okay. Never mind, Verti. All right. Well, thanks for coming. Yeah. How did the Irish National Party have so few supporters? Says Roy Sheen. Yeah, that's true. That's what I was reading. So.
Shall we talk a little bit about Trump? Or
yeah, let's. Yeah, we'll do a little bit on that one. Yeah.
So obviously,
sorry.
So almost it wanted to press it. Press it, guys.
That news button's there. It's just like a magnet. So my mouse pointer.
So obviously, guys, there was obviously the story over the last few days with Donald Trump has been indicted. I just want to point out, just in case you guys haven't seen the video I put up, the video I just put up on my channel today about Trump soon to be indicted. It is a separate one to this one, guys. It is a separate indictment that is coming, and it's from Georgia. So yeah. This indictment is not from Georgia. It is a separate one. I have put that in the comment just to pin that, so in case people are wondering. So the one I posted. So Donald Trump faces 3 separate criminal cases in the US and could be charged for a 4th. Here's all you need to know. Donald Trump's legal woes continue to mount as federal prosecutors this week announced a 3rd criminal indictment against the former president of the United States so far this year. Trump was indicted on Tuesday on federal charges related to his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. He lost to President Joe Biden, which he continues to falsely claim that was a result of widespread fraud. The indictment is the 3rd Trump has faced since March, when officials at the U.S. state of New York indicted him for falsifying business documents in connection to hush money payments made to an adult film star. In June, Trump became the first current or former U.S. president to face federal charges when prosecutors unveiled an indictment against him over the alleged he mishandled secret documents in his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. Meanwhile, this is the one I covered in my video. Trump faces a looming 4th indictment in the U.S. state of Georgia, where authorities are probing whether his efforts to pressure an election official to alter the 2020 votes result in the state constituency a crime. The case has come as Trump continues to hold a sizable lead in crowd Republican 2024 presidential race. Under the U.S. Constitution, Trump can still run and assumes office if he wins, even if convicted. He has characterized the indictment against him as part of a political witch hunt. It's a witch hunt, and has denied any wrongdoing. So there's a few things there. So the federal case, he faces 4 federal felony charges in connection to his high-profile efforts. The sweeping indictment unsealed on August 1st recaps a months-long misinformation campaign by Trump in which the former president pushed fraud claims that prosecutors said knew to be untrue. He also pressures state and federal officials to intervene in the election certification process, including Vice President Mike Pence. Authorities said pressure campaign, which continues even as a pro-Trump rioter stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, amounted to attempts to obstruct a bedrock function, according to the indictment. Trump is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the U.S., 1 count of conspiracy against rights, 1 count of conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, and 1 count of obstructing an official proceeding. The former president is set to appear in Washington, D.C. court at 4 p.m. local time on 8 o'clock GMT on Thursday to face the charges, U.S. media outlets have reported. Trump will be fingerprinted before taking in the presiding judge and asked to enter a plea on the 4th charges against him. So the judge, I just watched a video from Brian Tyler Cohen and Glenn Kushner a bit more on this. So the judge is a very neutral judge who's presiding over this. I can't remember the person's name, but they're a very neutral judge. So they're not like one side or the other, because there are some of those judges, but the judge is pretty much down the middle, which is I think exactly what's needed for obviously a case of this caliber.
I might be mistaken with a different judge, but I'm sure that I heard yesterday that this judge is a black female judge who was appointed by President Obama. So maybe not so neutral. Maybe they are neutral. I don't know, but probably more likely to be less likely to be lenient on Donald Trump. Let's put it that way. I would say. And apparently she's also known to be quite strict in these sort of cases, quite harsh in terms of judgment. Yeah, like I say, you got the Georgia case coming up as well.
Yeah, so that was as well as the the Georgia case, which I've talked about in my video today. If you guys want to have a look at that later, not right now.
Yeah, later. Right, we've got all the new. Oh, what's happening?
My mum calls Trump tramper. Google that one, says Joe.
Okay. Handcuff the slob, says Larry the cat. That is one angry Karen, says Zhao. Roisin says that, and still some people love him. Yeah.
That's just don't give him air. Don't give him air, guys.
Zhao says, how can anyone, dumb as they may be, look at that thing and think, "Yup, that is my man"? I don't know.
Someone tweeted. I just want to put this out there that someone tweeted on Twitter. I don't know who the guy, but basically was like saying like all these like the last 5 presidents of like 0 charges, 0 charges, 0 charges. Trump 12 charges, and I'm like, and my immediate response to it was like, so everything that Donald Trump has said, everything Donald Trump has done, it was not actually by him, it was by someone else, right? Everything that came out of his mouth wasn't actually him. All actions that he has done has not been by him, right? That is what we are meant to believe, guys.
Right.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion. So
yeah, that thumbnail is brilliant. So Larry the cat says the dumpster and his most recent indictment. Zhao says, "Behold the orange creature of the slimy lagoon." Tom Nelson says, "Tangerine terror." Darren Distar says, "Mango Mussolini."
Oh, actually, he does look very orange in that picture, to be fair.
So Larry the cat's... Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, I think Al Jazeera made a boo-boo with that picture.
So Larry the cat says, "Satan's comb over." Oh dear, some good ones there. Brilliant, well done.
Careful, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And Simon says 55. Good to see you there as well, guys. Hope you're both well.
So Larry the cat says, "Mr. Tiny Hands with his even tinier mushroom."
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Donnie's throwing his lawyers under a bus. Yeah, he sure is, Gingers. He sure is.
Yeah. Yeah, Zhao explains what it is. Says that mum does not swear, but even in that, yeah. Oh dear, that is funny. Anyway, right. Okay, so now we've lightened the mood a little bit after with those things. Shall we have a look at this? This one is a bit bizarre. Have you seen this in the news recently?
Guys, this is the biggest topic of the week. That
most important thing.
About, guys.
More important than anything else.
Everything else we've just talked about. This, guys, we need your opinions on this. This is really important. Okay, so people are convinced that this bear at this zoo are humans in this costume. Now, if Lee wants to, he can play the clip. He can play the clip on it. But I'll read a little bit of it. A zoo in eastern China has been forced to deny that some of its bears are actually humans in costumes. A video of one of the sun bears standing on a sledge, hind leg with loose, baggy-looking skin was circulating online, and news suggested the animal wasn't actually the real thing. They accused Hangzhou Zoo in the province of Zhejiang of dressing humans up like bears. Posting it on social media accounts today, the zoo insisted the sun bears native to Malaysia were the real deal. writing from the bear's point of view, it said, "Some people think I stand like a person. It seems like you don't understand me very well."
Was that the bear or the guy in the costumes writing that? It's so controversial.
I'm sure the bear will explain it to us in English perfectly well.
Yeah. Well, he's got like claw, I mean, old pens and stuff, waves at people. Anyway, sorry.
An employee who answered the phone at the zoo declined to talk about the bears, but said visits were being arranged for reporters to see them,
to interview them.
Yeah. Do you want to play the clip?
Yeah.
Just to kind
yeah,
of.
it's definitely. Oh, is that? I don't think that's the clip, is it? Is that the clip? Oh yeah, that's the
there
clip.
You go.
Yeah, it's there isn't a lot to go off there.
Guys, we need to know what you guys think in the chat. This is really important. This is a very serious topic, guys. So be serious about this in the chat.
It's the bare necessities, those simple bare necessities, says Larry the cat.
Possibly.
Yeah, Darren the Star says, while Trump was being indicted in the US, Fox News ran with an in-depth discussion about the bear. Yeah, it's the biggest dead cat in the.
I'm sure they had this on the front of the Fox News.
I think it's it's what's it there needs tucking in or something. His costume needs tucking in round his backside.
Yeah, it's way too fake.
Alistair says a fake bear.
Short says, "Is that a onesie?
Is that a onesie? That's
very good,
brilliant,
very good, very
nice.
Well spotted. All Shorts, that could very well be a onesie there. Oh, that's very good.
If you've ever seen what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name now. The comedian died a few years back. He did a book called a fake book.
Hugh says Yogi Bear has let himself go.
He's smarter than the average bear.
Oh, you did
the Hofmeister bear. He's still acting. It does look like the Hofmeister bear. It does. Hofmeister, good for him after all these years. Genie Bottle.
Keir says, "Look, squirrel emoji squirrels. Look, bear emoji bears."
Oh, that looks like a bear that hasn't been fed properly, says Darren the Star.
I know.
Yeah. I've told you for the 5th time it is not a onesie.
A very important question from Tone here in the chat. Good evening, Tone. Is that bear wearing Jordans?
Oof.
It does look like... That's a good question. Look, guys. That's a great question. It could be Jordans. You just need. The problem is, guys, if we go in there and examine it, we might get eaten. So it's just it's entirely possible.
Daily Blase says, "Is that bear wearing Sunak's expensive loafers?"
I just saw that.
It's a good job he's not going on a boat, or he'd be wearing big, massive boots.
Tom says, apparently bears have reappeared in the Alps. The Swiss have redesigned their public bins to keep them away. Is it?
Are these sun bears like this?
Do they look like these, Tom? Could you let us know? If you can, just send us some photographic evidence most important on the Discord. We really appreciate it. Where's the picnic basket? Says the Larry.
Picnic baskets.
Oh Jesus! Poor Yogi fell on hard times. Says Kia. To be fair, Yogi Bear does not get much attention these days.
Yeah. Somebody. I'll have to have a look at that one. Somebody's put something on Twitter. Yeah,
we'll have a look at the pictures and whatnot you sent after, guys. But
this is slightly different.
Yeah, I will post that. I'll post it in the funny news, guys, and we can continue this important debate after the show.
Yeah, we'll carry on in the after show. Yeah,
it is too much to bear. We should move on.
Yeah, too much to bear. Well done.
Yeah, too much to bear.
Okay. Calm down. All right. Okay. Next one. We're gonna. What do you want to do?
Shall we do a funny video or?
Yeah.
Have we got 2 funny videos?
I've only got one actually.
Oh, I did post the other one, but it's
right,
fine.
Okay. I'll look at that. I can watch. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to do that one or the one that we lined up before?
You could do the one lined up before.
Right, okay. Do that one first then.
Yeah, let's play that one now for the chat.
Okay. I can get the other one ready while we're dealing with that then. Let me get it back to the beginning.
It's our favourite friend, guys.
The Prime Minister claims these 100 new UK fossil fuel projects are key to meeting net zero targets and ensuring energy security for the future. Some environmental groups aren't so sure. Well, it makes complete sense to me, for once. Well, if you've got enough of your own gas and oil, you don't have to rely on other people's, and you don't have to import the stuff, which gives it a lower carbon footprint. It makes a lot of sense. Or at least it would if it stood up to any scrutiny whatsoever. 80% of our oil is exported. I mean, if it's shit for the planet to import it, it stands to reason it's just as bad to export it. Most of our imported gas comes from Norway, so it's not like we're shipping it in from fucking Alaska. And Scotland already produces 6 times more gas than it needs. So his argument is complete bullshit. The truth is, these licenses are, of course, going to multinationals who have no interest whatsoever in the UK's domestic energy needs, which means this new gas and oil is just as likely to end up in Timbuktu as it is Stoke-on-fucking-Trent. This has nothing to do with energy security or net zero. It's to do with money. It's what Sunak does best, make money. He's got a fuck ton of the stuff. Trust me, the entire premise of the policy is a lie. And even if you do think climate change is a hoax and David Attenborough is a lying piece of shit, Rishi Sunak, he's lying to you too about why he's digging for oil. And just when you thought he couldn't get any fucking grosser than he already is, he tweets that whilst Tories back new oil and gas licenses and protect British jobs, Labour wants to ban new oil and gas licenses and protect Russian jobs, essentially equating the fight against climate change as being pro-Russian, which is the most cynical and disgusting piece of unashamed politicisation of the Ukraine war I've seen since this quasi-billionaire piece of Chihuahua dog shit came to power. In the same month that the UN has said we are spiralling towards global boiling, Jacob Rees-Mogg is tweeting that global warming actually saves lives. To be fair, he's no longer denying it's happening, he's just pretending it's a good thing, which I guess is progress. In the same month that the planet saw the highest temperatures in human existence, Sunak has made it cheaper and easier to pollute the skies by watering down the carbon market scheme. And what, we're supposed to believe that 100 new oil and gas contracts are all about saving the planet? We're being gaslit. Literally and proverbially, the planet is boiling. According to the UN, the ocean is warming and thus running out of oxygen. So, I mean, we don't have to bother overfishing anymore. They're just floating to the fucking top now. It's fucking great. The jet stream might collapse in the next 2 to 10 years, but, you know, there's a bit of debate about that. So don't panic. It's probably fine. We are facing mass drought, mass starvation, mass extinction. But according to Rishi Sunak, it's not British Gas, who just announced record-breaking near £1 billion profits that threaten civilization. It's the Just Stop Oil zealots interrupting the snooker for about 5 minutes that are the bastards who are going to bring our way of life to its knees. A complete about turn on climate policy, a huge fuck you to science in general, and an overwhelming sense of earning one last fast buck before the rest of the plebs fucking burn. All because the ULEZ expansion isn't popular with people in Zone 6, so it might win the Tories a few votes. What a vile piece of shit our Prime Minister turned out to be. Thank you. Not that I was expecting much, if I'm honest. Well, this certainly means more jobs, particularly in these new carbon capture sites.
Thank you, Jonathan Pye, for speaking for us. You know, sometimes Jonathan Pye, he just says it straight, guys, and says it with such ferocity and conviction, saves me having to say it. Same with Supertansky when she does her rants. Just, it saves me having to do it because they speak such truth to power, which is why I'm so desperate to see Jonathan Pye and Supertansky in a room together doing a collaboration of some sorts, because it would be absolutely epic to watch. Mog will hide under his nanny's wide bosom, says Jow. Stop the feed, you're telling truth, says Larry the cat. Sunak's wife's company's got to deal with BP insider trading. Yep, probably. Tom says knows the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Exactly. Yeah. Everything is backwards, says Jeannie. Yeah. Victorian times minded, dignified Victoria, says Jow there. Do we want to cover
did it cut out a little bit there, or was that just me? I think I was doing something. It might have frozen the video, but the audio was still
I
running.
think we're all right. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, led by donkeys, of course. Yes. Yeah, they do absolutely wonderful videos. There's a lot of good, it's all this stuff, all the good stuff from these people and that. It's all going to ramp up once a date for the general election comes. Trust me, they're going to ramp it up really high to really get the messages out there to the public, for sure. Given the time, Lee, do we want to just hop over the good news and just go for the funny bits? I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's not really. I was just looking for something. It's okay, but it's not like really heartwarming, I would say.
Right. Yeah. It's not great.
But if you guys want to check it out, I will post it in the good news if you want to have a look at it. But yeah, given the time and given the delays, guys, we'll skip past the positive outlook. But Lee has got some lovely funny bits to share with us. He's been digging again, hasn't he?
Well, first off, we didn't do it last week. I forgot about it last week. It was a new feature the week before. So, but he's back. Our favourite, interesting columnist, Mr. Charles. So, time for this. Adrian Charles's interesting article of the week. Oh, where's he gone? Sorry, bear me a second.
Where you going, Adrian? Adrian.
How'd you get a chatty friend to shut up? I think I found the answer. What's better than a companion who knows just what to say? A companion who knows when to zip it. But sometimes they need a little nudge. I like a chat as much as the next chap, but a bit of quiet is nice too. I think that's enough.
Okay.
That was Adrian Charles's interesting article of the week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adrian, for your wonderful opinions.
Zhao says, Adrian!
Yo, Adrian, I did
it! Right, anyway. Yeah.
Simon says 55. So Brexit skipping past the positive outlook. Well, the article I had was not a really heartwarming one, Simon, and I couldn't really find a really good heartwarming one. So I will have one, if not on the Snowflake viewpoint, or we'll have one for next week for sure.
Right, okay.
So Larry the cat says, "Are you looking at me, bro? What's that all about?"
Noddy holder, says Ben Shaw, yes. You cup of soap.
Not the drinks cabinet, mother, says Hugh.
Right, okay. Sorry. Oh, that's thrown me now. Right, so a few interesting things I spotted over the week. Okay. Let's have a quick look at these then.
I love your impersonation. You need to do it more.
Right.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
We need to do it properly.
Right, here we go.
Let me know if you heard that soundboard, by the way. But yeah, carry on, Lee.
I think you probably did. Just do it again.
Oh, I've got to open it up again.
Yes, you can hear it. Right, here we go. I voted for Brexit headline. I voted for Brexit, but nobody said it would stop me from living in Italy. National Rejoins, well, it says, thick as. There we go.
I was going to say. I was going to say that.
Yeah, he was denied from living in Italy.
Yes, denied. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Right, leave the sound bites for me.
Well, this one, someone replied, "Break out the nano violins." I just thought it was brilliant. Nano violins, millions of tiny little violins, playing all at once for the guy who now can no longer live in Italy. His missus voted Remains, says Mark. Says Marcus. Yes, apparently his missus did vote Remain. Yeah, but he voted. He thought he'd be all right if he voted leave, even though he was living in Italy.
And now
To
he's
leave
not
the
allowed
EU.
any more sex.
I don't know whether that's true or not. That's allegedly by Regan. Alleges. Right, next one. This one, non-code context Britain. Awful. Worst chip shop in Walsall. Paid £7.60 for a kebab. Hardly any meat. Naan was burnt. Rubbish. Never going there again. And the Shellfield Fish Bar, the owner says, I'm sorry to hear about your Nan. I hope she gets well soon. Yes, well done. Good timing. There we go. Right, next one. Guardian News says Donald Trump faces 4 charges over efforts to overturn 2020 election. Ryanair says lad's got more charges than us. He definitely deserves that one.
I'm not. I was trying something different there, guys. But Ryanair, one of the best when it comes to dealing with your airline problems and humour to boot. So if you miss your flight, they will laugh at you while trying to help you.
And then finally, this one's just popped up, and I just found it. There's new footage, a new picture of that bear that we saw earlier on.
Oh,
ready
very
for this?
Good. We found it.
This is a world exclusive. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Just tell us if you think this is a real life bear or a what's it? A man in a costume. You ready?
Okay. Yep,
Can we get a drum? We got a drum roll. We got a drum roll.
No, can I do this?
Go on. I don't know.
Is that who I think it is?
Is that a real bear or is it a man in a costume? So you tell us. Let us know in the chat.
I think chat.
No spoilers.
I think it's the real bear.
You think it's the real bear? Oh, sorry.
I think it's the real bear.
Oh, sorry. I keep pressing the
While Lee plays with the buttons, I think it's a real bear. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below if you think it's a real bear.
Is it a Wookiee?
But you'll just have to bear with those fools, guys.
Is it a Wookiee?
Oh,
is it a honey monster? I don't know.
Oh, what's those bears called on Endor? Is it Endor?
They're not bears. They're not bears. They're not bears.
They're not bears. They're not Wookiees. They're
not
called
Wookiees.
something else.
They're not honey monsters.
Is it Ewoks?
Ewoks.
Ewoks. That's
they're not
it.
Bears.
Ewoks.
Bears.
That's it. Ewoks. They're Ewoks. That's what they are, guys.
They're not bears.
Oh dear, we've just insulted
Triggered.
Star Wars.
Triggered.
They're
so triggered.
Oh, dear.
Oh, definitely the soundboard for that one.
That's a real bear. It's Bungie, says Ben Shaw. It's a more convincing bear, says Tone. Tom says, anyway. Bear with me on that one. More read than the Chinese lad, says Chatty Rat. All Short says Bungie.
Bungle. No, Bungle, he says. Bungle.
Oh, Bungle. So Larry the Cat says, where's Zippy? Good question.
Zippy.
Is Trump... Jow says, is Trump going furry? That's a very important question. Looking back, Zippy was a bit of a git.
He was a bit of a git, yeah. That zip, when he zipped him up, was the best bit. That was, when he was quiet.
Yeah.
Genie's bottle says, Bungle is real, he hung around Zippy and George. Okay.
There
we go. Yeah, and I think we are done. We've done everything. We're only 10 minutes late. Yep. Lee's face was that when you said Ewoks were bears?
Oh, that's probably it. That was probably
triggered, massively triggered.
Off guard, guys.
So
we are nearly at the, I think pretty much at the end of the show, guys. Yeah, we're going to clap ourselves because we actually, the internet had kind of started working after a good while. So unfortunately it dragged on for quite a bit and we have gone over time, but it was, sorry we couldn't get the good news in there, guys, but we have gone well over the time. So guys, first and foremost, thank you guys so much for coming on and joining us here on the Snowflake Show. If you enjoyed the show, please hit the like button, guys, before you go on your way out. It really does help improve the algorithm. If you can, share it across social media platforms as well, the Snowflake Show. It'd be greatly appreciated as well. And if you hit that bell notification icon, guys, you'll be notified of when we go live. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button because that helps our numbers too. So it really does help the channel, guys. Also, if you guys want, you can join us on the Discord server called the Snowflake server, which was built dedicated just for this for the channel here. So if you guys want to, I will put a link in the chat for you guys if you guys want to join us on there. I'm just going to do that now as I am talking to you. Boop. So I'll drop that in there a bit later as we were going on our way out. Also as well, guys, if you want to, I have my own channel at Reganelite. I know some of you guys are subscribed there already, but some of you may not know, or maybe you haven't checked it out. You can find the link for my channel in the description there as well. And I do my own live stream, which you can join me every Monday night at 9 o'clock as well, called with the Snowflake Viewpoint. Last Monday, we covered the Dan Wootton scandal covered by Byline Times and looked at all of the interesting stuff on that. And so every Monday, if you guys want to join me there, you are more than welcome to do so. And on the Discord server, I just want to mention, if you guys do join it, it's completely free to join our Discord server as well. It's easy to download and use on your mobile devices. And also, we do games nights, we do music night once a month, and we do and we just have like lots of politics articles and that will come up. We've got on there jokes and gifts and all sorts of stuff there, guys. We've got a very nice community there building, guys, and we're more than welcoming for more people to join us. So if you're interested in joining, please feel free to click the link there in the chat, guys. Have I missed anything, Lee?
I don't think so. I would just say don't disappear. There's still more to come. We haven't quite finished, and stay right to the end. I do mean right to the end. Something special. No, after coming up.
Yeah, so, apparently we missed something on the last week's show.
Everybody switched off before the interesting bit.
Yeah, apparently Lee has got a special video after the funny video before he goes. I don't know what it is. He hasn't told me. So he's always plotting behind the scenes with the channel, guys. But but yeah, we got our is it our friend from Portsmouth, Lee? We got to see.
Yes.
Yeah, we got our friend from Portsmouth, guys. I've just want to say I have told Max, if you guys didn't see on yesterday's live stream, that he needs to challenge him on these videos because he's made some terrible ranting. This guy from Portsmouth. But all hail the orb on the way out, guys, as well. Yep, there's the orb in all of its glory. I know I wanted you guys to see that. Guys, thanks again for coming along. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate you guys putting up with our technical difficulties as well. It really does mean a lot to us, guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Anything else you want to add to that, Lee?
All hail the railway viaduct. All hail the giant crane.
Yep. And one day we will put the orb on the railway viaduct.
And that one day that train will get a green light and can go. But until that day...
And it will be more powerful than the ring from Sauron's ring or any other powerful objectical magical items in your head that you can think of.
Yeah. Right. I think it's time to go.
I think so.
All right. Don't forget, stay to the end. Watch the videos. See you in a bit.
Yes. See you in a bit, guys. Colin from
see you next week.
Let's see what he has to say.
Okay, Colin from Portsmouth is on the line. Hello, Colin.
Why are good people being prejudiced against for speaking their opinion?
Will nobody think of the opinion spouters, Colin?
Do you know who I feel sorry for?
Who?
The right-wing newspaper columnists.
Right.
They have a tight deadline, which worksite Ramonas wouldn't have the first idea about. So how are they supposed to know that what they're saying is either borderline racist or offensive or ill thought through?
Well, 750 words is a lot of space to fill an hour before it's due, Colin.
These poor men have been so disadvantaged by their privileged insular backgrounds, it ain't fair. They're often too hard-working to stop and notice that what they're saying looked out of place in 1976, let alone today. It's not their fault they're old and white.
Exactly, Colin. They're victims of their own work ethic.
And the left come along and say, oh, stop and listen to the room. They can't help that their voices are so loud they drown out the room.
Nor is it their fault, Colin, that their humour is basically bullying but with clever wordplay.
I'll say this to the offended party. If you feel so upset about it, why don't you take a prominent column in a newspaper read by millions and fight back? But oh no, they won't do that, will they?
They can't be bothered, can they, Colin? They can't be bothered.
It's easy to virtue signal and mope all day, but you try writing something designed to sell newspapers and it not be offensive. It's impossible. Anyway, thanks for having me on. Love to the family.
Love to the family, Colin. Love to the family.
It's Game of Thrones, you snowflakes. What's wrong with dragons and tits?
There's one simple exotic herb that anyone can use.
出先で避ける組のマンゴー見つけてさ。本当？バイク便で送ったからそろそろ吹くと思うよ。
そう、すごいタイミング。
サインお願いします。ちいちゃん聞こえてる？
あ、届いたよ。ありがとう。
マンゴー味珍しいからたくさん買ったんだ。今度2人で食べようね。おーい、ちいちゃん。避ける組対長い避ける組。
それ触ってみてもいいですか？
どうぞ。
長い。これどうやって咲くんですか？
こんな風に。
ダメ。
すいません。避ける組対長い避ける組。